Breaking back in here with you. Just wanted to give you a post-game show. Did not get an opportunity to do that a little while ago, so I just want to jump in here and do a quick. This is my first actual post-game show separate from a game. The final scorer this evening, earlier on tonight, the Phillies win their first game on the road in San Francisco by a final score of 4-1. Zach Eflin gets his third win. Derek Rodriguez the loss, and Hector Neris gets his 12th save in as many tries. And that puts the Phillies now 4.5 games up in the National League East over the Mets, 9.5 games up on the Marlins, 12 games up on the Braves, and also 12 games up on the Nationals. So the Phils cooking on all cylinders, winning their 7th straight. Um, Looking to, I know it's probably an improbability to say the least, but I would suggest that but possible, slim possibility that a road sweep, complete road sweep, first of the Cubbies, and then of the Giants, could happen. As highly unlikely as it may be, it is a possibility. So we're going to go to the update with Justin Allegri in just a few moments. But Hector Neris takes over the league lead in saves for the time being, as he now records his 12th save. Kenley Jansen with 11, Craig Kimbrell with 10. Rhys Hoskins and Fernando Tatis tied for league leads in RBI. Robbie Ray, of course, up there in strikeouts, as he has 57 strikeouts. Scherzer and DeGrom follow second and third. Jonathan Villar, well, I think it was probably maybe only his second stolen base today, but I would suggest that I might actually try to get Roman Quinn some more stolen bases. I realize that his speed is his most, I mean, his hitting is good, his fielding is good, but his speed is his most notable trait. So I'm going to attempt to get him more stolen bases and move him up the ladder. Aaron Nola sits atop the National League with the earned run average of 1.26. So you see Roman Quinn still up there in the league lead in batting average. Fernando Tatis Jr., who really is in the top three in many categories among the league leaders. Top three in the batting average race. Of course, Bryce Harper bringing up the rear there with in third place with a 388 average. Jake and Aaron both tied for the league lead with 6 wins, depending on what happens on Jacob deGrom's next start. I have not been keeping up with that, so I can't really tell you who starts for the Mets next or not, but it'll be interesting to see how the Mets bounce back. They are the second place team right now in the division, albeit several games back. And there you see Fernando Tatis Jr. He is just a freak of nature. This guy taking over the league lead in home runs with 10. Mike Moustakas and Nolan Arenado of the Colorado Rockies, who we will see when the Phillies return home this coming weekend, in the first weekend of May, to take on the Rocks. We will see Nolan Arenado. Hopefully we'll be able to maybe slow his progress in terms of home runs at the bank when they return home. But, yeah, so there you have it. The standings, again, Phil's 4.5 up on the Mets. We take a look at the National League Central. Looks like the Reds 3.5 games up on the Cubbies. The Dodgers 4.5 up on the Rockies. But again, being that it is April, you see the wild card race in the National League. It is April, about to be May, so certainly nothing should be taken for granted here. Any team could beat any team on any given day. There is no question about that. I really thought that the game today would have. I didn't really think it was going to be that close. If it wasn't for Scott Kingery with that 2-run jack and then the subsequent follow-up run, I don't really think it probably. I thought it was going to be a lot closer. In fact, I honestly didn't think that I was going to win that game. But lo and behold, the Phillies did pull it away 4-1 today. So you take a look at some of the divisions throughout the AL and the NL. Let's see, we go back to the calendar. So yeah, 4-1. Zach Eflin gets win number 3 on the season. Derek Rodriguez the loss, of course. The league leader in saves, our own Hector Neris, nails it down number 12. So tomorrow evening. Now 6:45 would be local San Francisco time, but we're just gonna pretend that the local time here on the East Coast is the same time on the West Coast. Now that sounds really strange, but basically when I get home from work, I like playing the games regardless of when they are anyway, be it a day or night game. Quite frankly, if I put a game on at 10 o'clock, even when the Phillies are on at 10 o'clock, I have a hard time staying awake to watch the actual games when they're taking place anyway. So I like to get them out of the way early. That way you guys can watch. Obviously, you can watch these on demand anytime on the channel. Make sure you subscribe when new games come out. When I go live with these games, when other content pops up. I also do some retro wrestling, pro wrestling from the NWA and whatnot. But I am deeply involved, as you see, in the Phillies season here on MLB The Show. So yeah, Double V goes tomorrow against Kevin Gausman. Vince also looking for his third win, looking to stay undefeated as well, as he will take to the hill tomorrow. And then, of course, the go-away game, the fly-home game, I should say. That will be a day game, although that will most likely, well, not most likely, it will be played in the evening. But Aaron Nola will take Game 3 of this series. Looking for win number 7 here in San Francisco, as he will be opposed by Johnny Cueto. That will be Wednesday, before heading home to the bank on Friday and this weekend for the Rocks, and then of course the Braves coming in early next week. So we're going to advance the day to tomorrow's date, the 28th. Here's some of the updates from around the majors, and come back with a couple closing thoughts, and we'll end this post-game show right after this timeout.
Welcome, everyone. Let's jump right in and revisit the news and events from Monday. Looking first at the NL East, the Philadelphia Phillies totaled 13 hits as a team as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 4-1. It was their 7th straight victory. Nicholas Castellanos was hot at the plate, collecting 3 hits in the game, leading the Reds past the Braves 4-2. That now makes 8 straight wins for the team. The Chicago Cubs sank the visiting Buccos 4-3. The St. Louis Cardinals swatted 4 home runs in this one as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 14-3. The Cleveland Indians knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 4-3. The Toronto Blue Jays combined to give up just 5 hits as they got the win, crushing the Red Sox 7-1. They stayed hot with their 10th in a row. The Royals snapped their 5-game losing streak as they beat the O's in Baltimore 9-2. Jesus Luzardo grabbed the victory with his 10 Ks, leading the A's to the win over Texas 5-4. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games.
All right. Thank you very much, Justin Allegri, for that update from around the majors. As you can see, the Phils now sit at 23-6 on the young season. The Giants fall to 12-7. Well, there's your matchup for tomorrow evening. Double V heads to the hill for looking for win number 3 against Kevin Gausman. We'll bring you that game probably around about 6 o'clock, perhaps a little before, just so you guys can watch that before you get to bed. That noise in the background, I'm actually doing laundry. I'm sure you were just dying to know that. So that's it. That's it for the post-game show. Just wanted to get that in. Again, I didn't get that in at the end of the game, so I figured I'd throw that in with a little extra bonus footage to get you the update. Take a look at what's coming up. No, I definitely don't want to do that. But, yes, the Phillies winners today by a score of 4-1. If you're just tuning in, Zach Eflin gets his 3rd win. He is 3-2. 2.29 ERA. Derek Rodriguez, who I got to say, he's got some stuff. He certainly gave the Phil's hitters some challenges. But, you know, looking at it, let's see. Wow. Bunch of numbers. As you can see, I brought Adam Hazley in as a pinch hitter. That was a little ill-advised, but I wanted to get him in at bat. Obviously, that didn't amount to anything. But in any event, just some notes here and there. Just I was trying to get maybe a rundown of the actual game. No, I definitely don't want to sim the season. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for now. Here's a look at the calendar once again. Vince Velasquez will go tomorrow night against Kevin Gausman. A 2-0 record, looking for 3-0. Kevin Gausman looking for his first win. They're at Oracle Park, formerly known as AT&T Park. And then, of course, Aaron Nola, the ace, looking for lucky 7, win number 7 on the season on Wednesday for the fly home game. Leading into May, as we take a look at the May calendar, filled with a lot of home games for the Phils this month. As you see, the Rocks come to town on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then, of course, the ATL comes in on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Of course, I guess tonight's game could have been Monday Night Baseball, but apparently this will be featured on the MLB Network as the schedule shows here. So just looking ahead to the month of May, looking toward the end of the week, Zach Wheeler looking for win number 4 to improve his record. Jake Arrieta looking also for win number 7. And then, of course, Zach Eflin will take to the hill Sunday afternoon before the Bravos come in on Monday. So there's a look ahead. But we still got 2 games left on this road trip and 2 games left, believe it or not, in the month of April. And from there, it's heading home for a couple games on the homestand. Okay. So with that, we're going to say goodbye for now. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.